What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AT3 Tactical Podcast. Josh is gone today, so I'm sitting in the captain's chair as your host. CJ, the new guy to the gun industry. We still got our marketing director and washed-up competitive shooter, Charlie Onen, right here. And today, instead of Josh, we brought in someone who loves to talk to you guys every single day. We have Kevin with us.
Better.
Yeah, Kevin, what's your official title here at AT3?
I don't really know if I have an official title, but I've kind of just...
So what do you do?
I do customer service and operations.
Customer service and operations. And
So what does that entail?
Yeah.
So
What is operations?
So the operations sides of things is I primarily handle making sure that when the customer places an order, we got their stuff and we get it out the door in a timely manner for them. And we strive to do that every day. You know, you get your order in by 1 p.m., that thing's leaving that day. So
1 p.m. Pacific time?
1 p.m. Central time.
You always got to make that
distinction. There you go.
And I do apologize.
Well, the reason we wanted to bring Kevin on is because we get a lot of questions from you guys, you know, our customers at AT3 that buy from us on a daily basis. And so we have a few, the top 10, top 12 customer questions that we wanted to go through with Kevin. And I think the one I wanted to start with is a pretty common one, and it's optics troubleshooting, more specifically people seeing a starburst in their red dot. It's a pretty common problem. What is this? What is this?
So first and foremost, what types of optics?
So usually these are red dots, I'm assuming. Is that right?
Reflex sights.
It's our more commonly the AT3 ones that we're getting the questions about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just red dots in general.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, not just AT3 brand, but red dots in general.
Yep. So with that, you know, it's crazy to me, but, you know, I think there's research that about 80% of the world actually has an astigmatism.
Is that
and
right?
that's what's causing the starburst is the astigmatism and how your eye perceives that red dot, which is basically a laser. So the number one things to, you know, figure out, is it the red dot or is it just how your eye is perceiving it? I do what's called the phone camera test. Almost everyone's got a cell phone camera these days. If not, you probably know someone that's got it. Take your phone, center it on that little red dot down the middle of the scope. If it comes back that crisp, clean, round dot that you're expecting, there you go. It's just how your eye is perceiving it. If the camera picks up the burst, then it's the red dot.
So I want to know, how many people have you talked to that don't have a cell phone but have guns? Because they have their priorities correct,
Yeah.
I would say.
You know, I've ran into 4.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
They don't have a cell phone.
They're like,
but
I don't got a phone.
Nope. They're like, I just have this landline phone that I'm calling you on. And I'm like, you know,
Does your landline have a camera?
I really wish I could be you and not have a cell phone some days.
Yeah.
You can use a webcam.
Yep.
A little bit harder to use, but you can use that as well.
Can you use like a point and shoot camera, like
Yeah.
old school?
Yeah,
Can
why
you?
not?
Any kind of camera really will do it.
Essentially, what you need to get rid of is the astigmatism in the eyes. And personally, I have not met anybody that doesn't see a slight blur. And I guess to me, is it snake oil that, oh, yeah, use your camera will make it better? Or is it just like every single person's going to see a little blurriness out of a red dot, out of a reflex sight? And it's just like, if you use your camera, it's crisp and clean. But I mean, I've seen top-of-the-line red dots, the bottom of the barrel, and honestly, some of the more top-of-the-line ones have more flair to them.
I mean, like I won't mention the name, but I have a top-of-the-line carry optic, and I get a burst really bad on that one. And I get into some of our optics, and it's not as bad. I think it's just on what emitter they're using, really.
So what are some ways to mitigate the blurriness or the starburst effect?
One thing is you can get sunglasses, get shooting glasses that have that bifocal in it. That helps take out it. But
So those are kind of like prescription almost?
prescription. Yeah. But if you don't want to go that route, the cheap, quick, easy fix is just turn down the brightness. The lower the brightness, the less that intensity is, the less your eye picks up the burst. That's the best, quick, easy thing. But if you need that high intensity all the time, for whatever reason, the best way is to just get a bifocal.
A majority of people probably have their brightness set too high on their red dots because it's easier to see. But the thing that you have to be careful of is now your dot actually becomes larger. And the further out you're going, that's more MOAs. It's covering up more of your target out there. So usually it kind of, my rule is the lowest acceptable plus one up. So that's usually kind of how I set my red dots.
I know for me,
That's a good
brightness is a huge factor for me. Whenever it's too bright, I just get a crazy star in there, and it gets really bad.
Any optic that has that auto brightness stuff, I just turn that off.
Do you really?
'Cause
Okay.
I can't, because if you get into that situation where it wants to turn the brightness all the way up, well, now I got a huge burst and I can't stand it.
Yeah, I think the auto brightness kind of comes down to use case. Like if it's a range gun, you really don't need it. But if it's like a carry gun, I'm going to leave it on personally just because I mean, from a defensive standpoint, I don't see myself shooting out to 100 yards. I see myself going in the corner and hiding before I go out that far.
Is
in a
100
defensive
yards an
standpoint.
acceptable self-defense distance? I wonder what a jury would say about that, or a judge.
I would say that's probably.
I think there is a scenario where that would be acceptable.
Is that guy aiming a gun at me? Yes.
Or at other people in a crowd, and you can do something about it. But at the same time, like if you're using a subcompact, like a Glock 26 or something, probably not the most responsible move. But let's say you got your 6.5 Creedmoor in the back of your truck. You got your truck gun.
And that's got a red dot on it. Because, there's more, obviously you could put a red dot on a rifle or whatever.
Yeah, and you got a 1X red dot on your 6.5 Creedmoor.
Hey, maybe it's 45-degree offset, and a backup sight.
At that point, I would still be using the magnified optics at 100. So,
well, I mean, at that point.
I'm going to be more consistent that way.
At that point, yeah, for sure. Well, let's go to the next question. I think this one's kind of confusing me. I'm not quite sure what it means. AVS mismatch. So what does this mean? Can you walk me through exactly what it is?
An AVS mismatch is a credit card status that your bank will send to us when we attempt to charge the card. What the AVS mismatch means is something inside of the billing address that you entered on our website just isn't meshing with their system. So instead of approving the transaction, they decline it.
So actually, these aren't their system. This is their bank.
Yeah, correct. It's their bank.
With the response code.
It's not, it's they input their info on our website, and we take that info and we run the card, and then their bank responds with either approve or decline. And they come and they'll broadcast back an error message when they get the decline. Or a reason code. And the AVS mismatch is like one of the most common decline things because sometimes you've just recently moved. And most people don't know this, but you've updated it with your bank. Your bank system can take a few days to a week to fully process that update. So it's weird.
This is super common in e-commerce. I've been doing e-commerce for over 15 years at this point, and this is not just for us. This is anyone you go to. Essentially, there's certain checks when you enter your credit card, especially online, that it's not going to be fraud. Fraud is rampant in the 2A community, believe it or not. People like doing illegal stuff with firearms.
Really?
Yeah.
We see so many.
And so just kind of like the first layer to help prevent fraud is making sure that the address matches the credit card info. This is why you usually have a billing and a shipping input, because the billing input matters for that portion of it. The shipping matters for where we're going to ship it to. So the AVS mismatch, like if you ever see that, double check your address, double check your zip code, make sure that it is the actual correct address for the card. And that should help get it through. Now, if you're still having issues, make sure it's your card that you're using.
Sometimes people will, there's so many cards out there that card numbers do repeat. It's just a matter of it comes down to that expiration date in that CVV. So,
have you ever had duplicate cards ever that you're inputting?
No.
Okay.
I haven't had it yet.
We don't see credit card numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
so
true.
the most we see is last four expiration.
Yep.
and really we use a third party to process all our credit cards, and essentially they handle 100% of it. We do not store credit cards. So like, even if you ever called us and be like, oh, I placed an order yesterday, just use that card. We can't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the one thing to note with the AVS mismatch that most people don't know is your bank declined it, but they still will hold those funds sometimes. And it just give it a couple days. They'll revert back. But just know we never collected the funds, and we can't we can't call your bank and be like, hey, we don't have this money, unrelease it. It just takes time, and your banks process them pretty quick.
So it's not people trying to buy guns and then they get debanked all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening. It's
No.
a very common thing happening in e-commerce, in
Yep.
the e-commerce world. Although I do wonder if there's an interesting question about, is there any kind of future going to like the cashless society? Is there any kind of future of, people
Bitcoin?
trying to buy guns and then all of a sudden they just get like debanked, or the transaction just will not go through trying to buy from gun sellers?
I mean, that is a real possibility. There has been conversation that major credit card providers, like essentially they won't allow purchases of firearm or firearm
Well,
accessories.
I know on our side of things, we've even seen people can't use Discover. If it's a Discover bank card, it will not go through. No matter how hard we try, we can't get it done. And then you start looking at, we've partnered with Sezzle to allow people those flexible loan options. Well, there's companies out there like Affirm is another, is probably the biggest one in the post or in the purchase loan.
A firm's owned by PayPal.
Yeah, there you go. And PayPal is that's another good.
Or sorry,
question.
not a firm. Different one. Payment provider, authorized.net.
Oh.
A firm is different. Sorry.
But anywho, that's another good point. I mean, we get a lot of customers asking, "Hey, I want to use my PayPal wallet." Well, I'm sorry,
PayPal don't
is
allow it.
very anti-2A.
Really? Okay.
In the world of things,
Yeah.
and they will just won't allow it.
It's very common on our post-purchase survey. People want Google Pay, they want PayPal, they want Apple Pay. They don't allow it. If you want that,
So none
you
of the
have
big
to go to
none of the
them.
big ones will
Yeah,
allow
you
it.
need to be the squeaky wheel to PayPal, Google, Apple, that you want them to do this, to allow this. We would do it in a heartbeat if we could. It's been proven that like having Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal can increase conversion rates.
And it's
So
just-
we would do it.
on other e-commerce platforms that
and
actually allow it.
it's,
Yeah.
Obviously, I spend my money more than just here. And in my mind, Apple Pay or Google Pay or any of those pays is more secure than physically using my actual card.
Yep.
Because every time you use Apple Pay, that card number is used once.
Yeah.
Done. Gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people don't know this, but so when you store a card on a website or Apple Pay or Google Wallet, stuff like that, you aren't storing the card number. You are storing essentially like a hashed number with an authorization code to a specific store. So essentially, there's very little risk of your credit card number going through a wire and getting hijacked at any point, because that's actually not being sent. You're entering it one time, hit and save, and then essentially it becomes hashed, and then the bank pretty much agrees like, hey, this is the hash for it. This is the authorization code that we gave you just for this website. Does this work or not? Yes or no? And if it's not, it will be declined. If it works, it'll go through. But so essentially it is actually a pretty secure method. Yeah, so like if you have an option to save cards on file or use Apple Pay, Google Pay, it's usually a pretty responsible thing to do because you aren't actually sending your credit card info through every single time.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe there needs to be some kind of 2A alternative, yet another 2A alternative.
2A pay?
2A pay or something like that. One of these that's just
Bitcoin?
like,
Hey,
I mean, yeah, accepting
stop giving
Bitcoin.
away my multi-million-dollar idea.
Okay, I'll stop.
More like multi-$100 ideas for Kevin.
Maybe even
Probably.
maybe even tens of dollars.
It
at
just
stake
needs
here.
to be enough to buy me something here in the warehouse. That's all I
I'll
care
buy you a
about.
beer.
That's right. So let's go through another. BCG not fitting in the upper receiver assembly correctly. This is a top question that you get all the time, Kevin. What
Yes.
does this stem from?
So this is usually people, they buy, more commonly it's with our slick side upper.
Or billet uppers
Yeah,
in
billet
general.
uppers in general.
Okay.
What's happening is they use, I don't say brand names.
They use a vise.
They use a vise, and they use one of the things that wraps around it. And because it doesn't have that forward assist, it's just a little bit thinner in those walls. And what happens is it squishes in. It squishes in just enough. Those tolerances inside there are already super tight for a BCG. So you squeeze it in just that hair amount.
So people are vicing their upper receiver and squeezing it too hard.
So I have no problem saying the name of this one. It's the Wheeler clamshell.
Yep.
Those are designed for forged uppers.
And forged uppers only.
Yes, they can work with some billet, but you are literally rolling the dice if it's going to work or not.
Yes, and if you're going to do it with a billet, do not do it too tight.
Yeah.
Because the moment you put too much pressure on that thing.
Because the thing is, most people are going to be installing their barrel.
Yep.
So they clamshell it, they put it in a vise, and then with the billet uppers, like our Slick Side AT3 billet upper is not compatible with that.
No.
A vast majority of billet uppers that are not like the forged design, even some that look like they could be forged, but they just have straighter lines instead of the curves that a forge would have, are not compatible with it.
Wow.
And so essentially the trick would be is just get it in there just enough to hold it. But what is the real solution for it?
So the thing that we do when we build our complete uppers is a ready rod.
Or an action rod.
An action rod. Something like that, Or if that, some people don't want to spend the money on that.
Explain what that is really quick in case people don't know.
An action rod is basically a long rod that has the star chamber to lock into the barrel face.
Yeah.
It marries up with the lugs of your
Yep.
barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it locks in there, and then, everything is nice and tight, so then you can do your barrel nut. Another option that I like is the Magpul Bev Block. Magpul, their Bev Block is solid because not only is it good for the upper, but you can lock it in lower as well. What you can put
It's a vice block with essentially a bolt face built into it, so you can use it with your lowers as a magazine insert vice block, or you can put an upper on it, slide the upper back, and essentially the locking lugs in your barrel will marry in with them.
Yep. Another one, Wheeler does make another one that is just a solid. It's basically a U channel, and it locks in via your takedown and pivot pin holes.
Yep.
That's another good one as well. I use that one when I'm doing PCCs because most PCCs don't have lugs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yep.
you need something that you can do with that. And so
Unless you got the cool CMMG roller delay ones.
What's the problem with not having lugs on the barrel?
I don't see an issue with it in my opinion.
Well, why do you use that one?
Oh, so without the lugs on the barrel, you won't be able to get it flush up against the upper to be able to secure it.
Okay.
Right.
You see
So
what
then
I'm saying?
your upper might just be spinning around.
Your barrel won't even be able to get the locating pin into the upper.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Yeah.
the other problem too is if you don't have, if you're doing like a 9mm build that's a blowback and you don't have locking lugs or any barrel without locking lugs, is there is nothing holding that barrel from spinning.
Yep.
Or holding your upper, because when you use a action rod, you aren't necessarily keeping the upper from spinning. There are the Real Avid one.
Yeah.
That one does not have a sail on top. So essentially, if you can shove an upper onto the Real Avid action rod and spin it around freely.
That is quite nice.
Pros and cons. But now the downside is the only thing that's holding that, when you put the barrel on, the only thing holding that upper in line with the barrel is a little locator pin.
Yep.
And if you really want to go into a rabbit hole, what's the channel? Gosh, the guy does all the teardowns and...
School of the American Rifle?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, School of the American Rifle. He's got a great video on which ones to use and why. I know I prefer the Geisley one. It's not cheap, but it's got a sail on it.
What, a Geisley thing? That's not cheap? What are
Yeah,
you talking
true.
about?
I like the Midwest Industries. Midwest Industries makes a really good one, and they make one for both AR-15 and the 308.
Yep. Yeah, so one of the keys is getting a ready rod or an action rod with a sail on it, so it actually goes up into the channel where your charging handle gas key goes. That will actually keep the upper from spinning. because if you're just relying on the barrel holding the upper, that indicator pin is not the strongest thing right there.
So what happens if your barrel doesn't even have an indicator pin?
YOLO. I mean, at that point, it should not really matter where it's clocked. There are some 9mm ones that, I mean, it's symmetrical all the way around the feed cone.
Yep.
So those don't technically matter which way you clock the barrel. But if you come across like one with lugs that does not have an indicator pin, I would probably send that back.
Well, I would send that back in a heartbeat too. I mean, unless you're a pro and you can understand what feed ramps look like and you can time that right.
And you should be able to like line it up right, but at the same time, I have not come across an air or a barrel with locking lugs that does not have an indicator pin.
I don't think you shouldn't have ever come across that because
unless it's broken or missing.
Isn't that like the mil spec at this point? I think it is with the indicator pin in it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's mil spec.
But without an indicator pin, you have really nothing holding that barrel once you even torque it. Because even with a torqued barrel nut,
you
that thing's
might
gonna
just torque it around.
It just will rotate around inside that. So eventually, you might just end up with your barrel upside down.
Well, I mean, if it's too loose, it could move over time. Because one of the things that I don't think a lot of people realize when you actually torque down your barrel, what's happening is yes, you're scrunching it into the receiver, so you have friction there between the barrel. You got a barrel between the upper and the barrel nut.
Yep.
The other thing that's happening is as you tighten those threads, it's actually clamping inwards on that extension coming out. And so now you're getting friction all the way around the barrel. So twisting it once you're at proper torque should be very, very, very difficult. Now, it can happen. Never say never. But
Still over torque that.
the biggest thing you're going to run into is when you're torquing it, something's going to move.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like you're literally going to be just you're going to F around and find out of, okay, torque, is it lined up? Nope, untorque it, move it, torque, lined up, and you aren't going to have any consistency with where it's going to land. It's just send that barrel back.
Another thing with torquing of barrel nuts with that have locator pins, do not over torque because you will blow that locator pin through the threads of the upper.
Really? Have you seen that?
Yeah, you can.
We've had a couple uppers come back on return, and it's just like, oh, what'd you torque it to? Well, about 80 foot-pounds. Oh, there's your problem.
And so that's a very common issue of people not essentially what's happening is they might be using like a clamshell vise on the upper.
Yep.
And when they go to torque it, the barrel wants to twist with it. Okay. And so that's why it's super important that you hold the barrel and the upper in alignment and not rely on that locator pin to keep the barrel in alignment. That locator pin's just to kind of give you a good idea of where it should be. And then essentially you put your action rod in, get everything lined up, and then torque it down, and it should hold everything together. Now, in most cases, that barrel is going to clock over just a little bit when you torque it, which is okay. But now if you have like a front sight post on there, that's going to become amplified as the barrel turns. So now essentially you have a front sight post that's canted off. And
That's what I want, a 45-degree offset.
Yep. And so now you're going to line stuff up. You're going to be constantly fighting, not going straight down the bore of the barrel.
Yeah. So then your height over bore is all screwed up.
Yep.
I think most people, when they go to build their first AR, they don't have all this stuff.
Correct.
Like, how would you guys recommend people build or would you say don't even like assemble your upper until you get an action rod, until you get a vise? Like, how would you guys recommend? I think most people are just doing this on their kitchen table for the first time.
So, that's one of the beauties of my job is helping people build that first AR.
Yeah.
I've helped so many people piece out every piece that they need. And I truly enjoy it. It's like one of the things I enjoy, like thoroughly about my job, is helping someone get that first AR in their hands. If you have questions about the tools that you need, give us a call, give us an email. We are glad to help you find that tool.
There's very cost-effective options.
Yes.
Such as?
I would say,
Bev block.
Bev block is a very cost-effective.
Like if you have an AR-15 and you don't want to do a ton of work on them, you don't foresee yourself building over one, get a Bev block. They aren't super cheap, but at the same time, you can use it on your lower, you can use it on your upper. Like from a maintenance standpoint,
Yeah.
that is a very good tool to
Because
have.
you can use that while you're cleaning or something like
And-
that.
Yep.
It's not just buy it once for the 2
For the
hours.
assembly,
Yeah,
yeah.
2
Yeah.
hours that you're going to need to build your
Because you
gun.
can use it, like if
2
you're
hours.
just if you
I'm saying for the first time builders, Charlie.
Two-
you know.
Okay, 8
For-
hours then.
For me, it'd probably take 4 or 5 or 6. Anyway.
Don't quote me on this, but I think the bev block is in the 80-ish range. I think.
Okay.
But the nice thing is once you have it, as Charlie was saying,
Yep.
you can lock your lower into it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a great tool to use. You go to the range. What do you need to do after the range every time?
Clean.
Put your nothing.
I say clean.
Yeah.
I don't.
I say clean.
Do you need to clean it every time you go to the range? What if you only do like a magazine?
If you only do a magazine, you're probably fine. But
Okay.
I say my rule of thumb, again, this is me.
Yep.
You go over 100 rounds, clean the thing.
Okay.
So a majority of issues can be solved by cleaning and lubricating.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm kind of in the 500,000 round camp.
What?
I
Every
won't-
500,000 rounds you clean?
500 to 1,000.
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I won't clean a gun.
Charlie,
but that-
you weren't here yesterday, but you missed it. We thought
Oh, yeah.
we got a complete upper back that the customer said he shot close to 5,000 rounds through it.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty as all can be, and we couldn't figure out for the life of us why when he would put a shell in, the bullet would clamp in farther. So we took the whole upper apart to look at it, and what do we find in the barrel? Because it's so dirty,
a lot of carbon or
Nope.
brass.
we found part of the brass jacket stuck inside the barrel. Just sheared off the head of the bullet, let the bullet keep going, but then you had that little bit of the head of the bullet, the tail of the bullet.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why you
so
guys
clean.
should
Clean.
your gun. You're probably not going to do too much harm cleaning too often.
See, I'm in the camp of thin oils often.
Yes.
Wash it out.
But I clean an oil after, our 100 rounds, I clean an oil.
You got too much time in your life.
Well,
That's definitely true. I come here to work and that's about it.
let me ask this fun question then for you, Kevin, because since you are the Grand Nagus of helping all customers,
What did you call him?
the Grand Nagus of helping all customers,
I don't even know what that word
why
means,
can't you make 30-round magazines legal in all states all the time? Apparently, you get this question. You sent this
Yes,
to me.
we do get this question a lot. There is the states that, 30 rounds is just not compliant to their state laws. And there is companies that will go out and block the magazine so that they can use them. Sadly, we just do not have the capabilities here in the building to do it. So
You can't change state laws from here.
no, I can't, and I can't change state laws. If I could change state laws, California, you wouldn't have any of the issues you do. I'm sorry, but
I am curious. So, like, when people ask you this, are they asking like, are they just ignorant of the fact that they have magazine capacity, or is
no,
it that
it's they want the look of the 30-round mag, like they want the 30-round mag look,
yes?
but they're trying to stay compliant with their laws.
There's
It's
a few
really-
brands that do that.
Yes,
there
Magpul
are.
does it, but
I think Strike has one too. That's a 10 round, but it looks like a 30.
yeah, Cross Industries makes a 1010 that couples together that
Yep.
makes it looks like the 30. That's a good magazine. So that's what I do recommend is, if that's what you want, there's these brands out there. I understand some of them though, like obviously we've came out with our Magpul mags that we've personally Cerakoted ourselves. I am in the grand scheme of I like colorful guns. As we all know, we've seen a couple of the guns that I've built.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the NRA blue people. That was my gun. But, we have the FDE and we have the ODG, and people want those mags for their guns, but we just don't have an option that's compliant with them. I know we've looked at doing the 10-round option, but at the end of the day, that whole mag is buried, so you're really just having the mag for show at the end of the day. Now, maybe while we're here, Charlie, we could do the Magpul 1030 mag.
Is that like a 10 round cap, but it looks like a 30?
Yes.
And then, just to go get them Cerakoted?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd
Actually,
have to
no.
look into volume on them.
But the problem is we can't take off that base plate, which then...
Yes.
So that's why we haven't done it. Sorry, people. I
Yeah,
made a bad
because
idea.
I've looked at mags and like Cerakoting them without removing the base plate, but then you have the floor plate in there that you don't really want to Cerakote that or blast it.
Yep.
So yeah, at that point, it's like And honestly, if you really want it colored, maybe go look at sticking some vinyl on it or
There you
something,
go.
or plasti dip in it, or like
Spray paint.
something that
really easy to spray
essentially
paint
you aren't going to
mags.
hit the follower. It's not going to be Cerakote. You could probably do something with tape.
Yeah.
But at that point,
Cerakote. I mean, honestly, that's
Yeah, I
legal
mean,
in California.
I mean, what a lot of people do, because once you insert the mag into the gun, 2.5, 3 inches of it's buried in the gun.
Yep.
That like literally you could tape around that and then blast the bottom portion and be okay. But as far as us stocking them, the demand's just not there. And then for what we'd have to price them at for the labor involved of masking them off and all
Yep.
that, because disassembling a PMAG takes 5 seconds per, if that.
Apparently, you haven't done enough disassembly of PMAGs. We got that thing down to a science back there.
Yeah, like literally you pop it, pop the floor plate off, spring comes out, put it back together. But yeah, if you have to mask it off, there's material and time there.
Yep.
And then the consistency of the masking is like, you want those tape edges to match up nicely. You don't want just like an L shape in there. So
Yeah. Well, how about why can't our customers find ammo on our website? Where is that? And I think this could be an interesting conversation about.
because you can't make money on ammo.
Yeah, I was thinking this could be an interesting conversation. This is something that I learned just entering the industry. Was I thought ammo that's the thing everyone makes money on, and that's what
No.
everyone wants to sell.
This isn't like
But-
video games, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not you lose money on the Xbox, you make money on all the games.
Yeah.
You don't make money on the gun or the ammo.
No, you really don't. You make money on everything else. It's just like when you go to a gas station. Gas station doesn't make money on you pumping their gas. They make money when you come inside.
Or movie theaters.
But the
they
other
don't make any
reason
money off
is-
the movies.
Is, the regulations that go behind shipping of ammo is just it's very expensive. And another thing is we're just not equipped for it here. The city has said no. The county has said no.
Our fire chief won't allow it here because we don't have a fire suppression system
Yep.
in the warehouse.
Yeah. So you need to have actual.
And at that point, our option would be is drop ship it, which we've looked into. And doing that, we would actually lose money
Yep.
at that point. The only way to be profitable with ammunition is you need to buy a lot.
Yeah, large quantities.
Yep.
Large quantities.
Yep. And that's why you see then the next thing is okay, you bought a box of ammo. Well, now shipping's $25
Yep.
for that one box of ammo.
Yeah, because again, when you ship ammo, you have to. It's a hazmat,
A full cartridge is not hazmat.
but you still have to have the adult signature or signature required on all ammo.
No, you don't.
Really?
Oh,
No, you don't.
well,
I've ordered ammo, shows up my doorstep.
But you're not in California.
Yeah, in some states,
I think some state it's different by
some
the
states
state.
you do, but in Minnesota you don't need adult signature required. Many states you don't.
Well, it just comes down to the state we ship to because
At the end of the day, ammo is useless without the firearm
Well, yeah.
to a certain point.
I mean, are you sure I could get a hammer and a nail and
But the
pop
thing
the
is,
round off?
it's not going to do anything. The case is going to go backwards. The bullet's the case will actually shoot further backwards than the bullet moves because the bullet weighs more than the case. So essentially, you have equal and opposite reactions.
It's just you're just gonna get an
Okay,
explosion
we don't
without
need
any
to get
control.
sciencey in here now.
Hey, you're with Charlie. Things get sciencey really quickly. But I think. But so
You
hold
forget
on.
I was a chemistry major in elementary school.
Oh, in elementary school,
Elementary school.
they had majors at his ritzy elementary school growing up. I suppose, or wherever that is. But so
You're gonna dox me with where I went to school? Jeez.
That's what we do here in Minnesota. We know you didn't go to school here in Minnesota.
no, I didn't. No, I did not. I went to school in the land of Lincoln, where Lincoln homeschooled himself. Anyway, so why is it the case then when I go to the gun range, I see gun prices at double the price of stuff that I can get online
Gun or ammo?
or the ammo. I see ammo that is twice as expensive that I can get online or at Cabela's
Because
or
they're trying to
wherever.
make money because they got to offset their costs. With a gun range, their overhead is extreme. So they got to find ways to be able to make their money.
They already paid shipping too.
Yeah, and they paid the shipping on the ammo.
Okay.
So they're factoring that into that too.
Yep. Yeah, so that's always one thing to take into consideration. If you're buying a lot, it's usually best to go online. If you're buying a box or two, like you want to you got a new carry gun, you want to sample out a couple hollow point options. Usually going to your local gun store or range is going to be the best to get a box here and a box there. Now, yes, you're going to pay a premium for it being local. But at the same time, the last thing you want to do is go buy 500 rounds of a hollow point of 9mm that's like 60 cents a bullet.
And it doesn't work.
And it doesn't,
in your
doesn't cycle the
PCC
gun.
that you built. Yeah,
Yeah.
in your PCC that you built or
And
something
the
like
other
that.
thing is, they already got you there. They're going to charge you a convenience fee.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the gun range, you bring 100 rounds with you, and you're like, oh, shoot, I want to shoot more.
Yep. or it'll be the case of some gun ranges, they won't let you use certain types of bullets.
Oh, sure, yeah. Especially if you're renting their guns
Yep.
or
Well,
something.
ask my brother about the first time he went to the range with his AR. He loaded his
Steel
mag.
case?
He loaded it up with green tips.
Oh.
The range immediately said, nope.
Yeah, usually any steel core, steel case, most indoor ranges won't allow it. It's a fire risk at the end of the day.
So then, yeah, they're going to get you because they're like, oh, you want to shoot? Well, guess what?
Yeah, before you go to any indoor ranges, touch your bullets with a magnet. If the magnet sticks, don't bring it.
Yep.
You keep that stuff for outdoors. But yeah, essentially indoors, you want non-ferrous or non-magnetic materials.
Well, I mean, I will say that it's still a decent idea, even though I sometimes rag on the price of ammo at gun shops. It's not a terrible idea to go support your local gun shop. Because
Bingo.
The last thing we want is for local gun shops to go completely out of business,
Yes.
and then there's the only thing you can do is buy online, and then the banks decide to not allow your credit card to go through when you buy online, and then there's no more guns or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's hard to use cash online.
Yeah, yeah.
Someday we'll find a way.
Definitely still
Bitcoin.
support Bitcoin. Chart. This is just going to be a Bitcoin. So have you been mining recently again or something like that? Are you trying to get people back into Bitcoin? Okay.
He's always mining.
Well,
I haven't mined since Ethereum went to proof of stake. That was a good time, baby. That was a good time.
so back to your normal. So back to our kind of questions that people
Yeah.
ask us. People asking why isn't my package arriving on time? Or that seems to be something that you get a lot of the time. So why?
Was it because you were slow?
It's never because we are slow.
Okay.
Again, if your order is placed before 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, that order is leaving that day. Now, carriers have adopted new policies over time, and they stop scanning at the time of pickup, which completely understandable when you look at this grand scheme of how many packages we ship out in a day. I mean, they would have to stand there for quite a while to scan each and every package we've done. I know many people know this, but I used to deliver packages for FedEx, and I would pick up packages. The one thing I can say was, because FedEx still does this practice, how, I don't know, but they do. They scan every package that comes into their trucks.
Really?
And when you, like one of mine was a gun distributor out of South St. Paul, I had to scan 675 guns into my truck. Wow. That takes a lot of time to scan because it's repetitive.
Yeah.
But it takes time. So sadly, we can't answer the question. At the end of the day, we have the same info that you have. We don't have a portal that we can see each and every package.
Well, so at the end of the day, your time in transit, or TNT, as I like to call it, that is always an estimate.
Yep.
A lot of the times, most people don't know this. Like, if you choose next day air or second day air, that is not guaranteed by the carrier.
It is not guaranteed at all anymore. I think the last time FedEx or UPS said it was guaranteed was 2018.
Yep.
I think it was around COVID. When COVID started getting into the flare of things, they took away that guarantee real quick.
Well, and I think one thing I've seen in the firearms industry compared to previous ones I've been in, this one, like, we get a lot of orders on Fridays.
Yep.
And it's like, there's no way you're getting it before the weekend if you order it on Friday.
And
But
so
I'm trying to go to my weekend range
I think
trip,
people
Charlie.
are pretty patient. We get those every now and then, in which, like, hey, if it's Thursday morning, you need it by the weekend, you got to call. So we don't offer overnight shipping on our website. If that's something that you want, you can call us and we can look into it. But the thing is, with overnight, there is no guarantee. And if we ship it overnight and it doesn't get there, like, I'm sorry, but that's not our fault.
Yeah.
That's UPS, FedEx, whoever shipped it. In most cases, they're going to be pretty good. The times that you want to be careful are the high volume.
Yep.
Black Friday, Christmas. Like, if you need this on Christmas and it's December 23rd, like, go to your local gun store at
Yes.
that point. Like, go search around. Like, if you need to drive 4 hours to go to a store to pick it up, if you need it by Christmas, that's what you have to do to make sure that you get it.
And another key thing to go with that is the carriers mostly move their packages on the weekdays. Weekends come around, they don't move. So when we always give the estimation of business days. We are pretty good about business days. Some of the carriers are extraordinary and deliver sooner. But business days you got to be your transit days. The number one rule that I can say too is the day it ships. So say we shipped a package today does not count at all.
So the way I worked in customer service for a few years, the way I always explain this to people, Kevin, if you ordered it next day air, what day would you expect to get it?
I would, so we're going to take me out of the customer service role.
Well, yeah, if you ordered it today with next day air,
I would expect it tomorrow.
which that's the day that you should get it, tomorrow. Now, if you order 2 day, what day would you get it?
That should be Sunday.
The day after, well, today is Friday, so, but that would be the day after next day.
Yep.
So I remember in customer service, we get people that would call, oh, I ordered this with 2 day air, and it's not here yet.
And it was the next. And it was
Well,
the
they
day
ordered
after
it.
They ordered it.
Yeah, they literally ordered it like Thursday, and they want it by Friday.
Yeah.
And so I always have to explain to them, sir, okay, you ordered this on Thursday. If you use next day air, what day would you expect to get it? Well, Friday. Oh,
Yeah.
then the light bulb would always go off on them.
Yeah. And,
So-
and then most of those carriers, they're 2 days. That's business days.
Yep, everything's business days. Sometimes they'll do Saturdays, but that's not in the contract or anything.
No. And that if you want,
That's icing on the cake.
yeah, if you want the next day air Saturday or the next day or the 2 day air Saturday, that's a premium.
There's a fee.
We can certainly, if that's something you need, as Charlie said, give us a call. We'll get you the rate that it's going to cost for that package. Just know you're going to have to pay that rate.
Yep. And at the same time, there's very little guarantees.
Yeah.
I think they have a pretty good success rate on it, probably 98 or higher % on them being delivered on time.
Yesterday was 50%. I had 2 next day packages. One got delivered today. The one's not getting delivered till
There's
Monday.
also a major ice storm going around the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
country.
and
So
that's the
there's
other
that
thing
too.
is look what's going on around essentially between us and you.
Yeah.
And even still, I've had instances where it's I order something from Texas, it ends up going to the east over to Illinois or to Indiana or something, and then a train derailed. So just you can't look at as the crow flies. You have to actually I think UPS their main hub is Hodgkins,
Louisville.
Yeah,
For air is
Okay.
Louisville. Their Midwest distribution facility is Hodgkins, in Illinois.
and then FedEx is Indiana. I believe.
Yes.
So essentially,
Their air is Memphis.
yes. But essentially, what I'm saying is just because you live in North Dakota, we're in Minnesota, there is a chance that this package could go east before it goes west.
Yep. And
know?
one thing I'm going to say too is we are always constantly looking at the rates. If you paid for 2 day and you live in Wisconsin, Iowa, North Dakota, in some of the close states, chances are we're going to downgrade your service to ground from the 2 day. But the reason we're doing that is because UPS or FedEx has guaranteed that area is next business day delivery.
If you live in Wisconsin, don't do 2 day from us.
If you live in Iowa, do not do 2 day
Yeah.
from us. Just do UPS. If you want it the next day, do UPS ground.
Just do the cheapest option.
Well, that's the standard ground. If they want to guarantee it by tomorrow, because USPS will not guarantee delivery to Wisconsin or Iowa next day.
But in most cases, it'll hit there.
Yeah, but if you do UPS ground or
Then you have
FedEx
to do the
ground,
premium ground.
the premium ground will to Iowa, Wisconsin, parts of North Dakota, not all of it.
You can
Anywhere
only-
in Minnesota, do not pay for any of the fancier services.
I mean, we'll take the money, but the other thing too is you can usually go on the carrier's websites, put in zip codes, and it'll give you a map
Yep.
of time in transit. So only 40 minutes. It's not that bad, and it needs to shut up.
That's exactly true. That's exactly true.
I
Okay.
agree.
So I think we got time for probably one more. So we love our veterans and our first responders and all the things in that area. You listed me a question that had to do with the discount that has to do with that. So is that a common question that
Yes,
you get?
we do offer a program for our veterans and first responders. You guys have put yourselves out there for us, so we gladly take care of you. So the ways to get into this program are, one, send us a copy of your credentials and the email that you use to make your account. Charlie went through extensive time developing this program, and it's a great program. So thank you, Charlie. We'll activate that discount. It's active the moment we activate it. The one thing that I do say with it that most people don't understand is it looks at the price between, if a product's on sale, it looks at the sales price and it looks at the discount price. Program price. My apologies.
Very good wording, Kevin.
But it will instantly choose the best price between that sale price and the program price. Whatever one's the best one, it gets
Yes.
you that.
So the way that we designed it is there's a discount on AT3 and Singer parts. It's a little higher than everything else. But essentially, if you go down to the footer of our website, there's a wording, military discount
I
or
think
something
it's
like
military first responder discount.
Yeah, so click on that. That'll give you the information you need to get signed up for it if you are a military first responder. I'll be honest, I'm pretty loose with who we let into the program.
I'm very loose with it. So basically, current military, veteran, police,
firefighter, police, EMT.
For the first time,
if you get flashy lights on your car, you can probably get into it.
So
Or
snow
even
plows?
No.
but
dang.
I have approved a few correctional officers because in a few states,
yeah,
correctional
at least.
officers, they are certified peace officers. So I gladly give it to them.
Well, they actually have to deal with the people every day.
They got to deal with them every day,
Dude,
not just for a
correction
little bit.
officers, high turnaround.
Yeah.
Like that's a rough job.
I had a friend who was, in one of those, and he lasted, I think, maybe less than 6 months in that job. That
My
was
brother did it for a year and a half, and he said, "I can't do this anymore."
Yep.
It's bad.
Yeah, so
Hard hours a lot of
essentially
times,
at
too,
the end of the day, you don't really see it because there's no coupon code or anything like that.
Nope.
We'll put you into a military account status.
Yep, and it will show up on your profile when you log in.
And then everything will automatically
Go to the best price.
yes. And so usually if let's say we're doing a 20% off sale on AT3 stuff, you're going to get that 20%. You're always going to get the best price. So you don't have to worry about that or have to buy at the right time.
Yep.
That was kind of one of my things when we set it up because before we did discount codes, and like if you were buying this stuff, you use this code. If you were buying this stuff, you use this code. But you can't use two codes on one order.
Yep.
And so when I came to AT3, that was kind of one of my top priorities was
I
fix.
think that was me and you talked right
To
away.
fix that.
It was like, we need to fix this because it's not fair.
Because in my opinion, it was stupid on how we were doing it.
It was. But that's what I walked into too. And I was like, this doesn't seem right because they're only getting some of it. And I had to tell people like, you get one coupon code. You get two codes to use, but you can only use one.
Yep.
So you really got to do the math yourself to see which one gets you the best discount.
And the other thing too, you might actually end up paying more because if you want, like, say, these brands that are 10% off, and then you want like an AT3 detent, well, if you have to place that on a separate order, you're going to pay shipping on that.
Yep.
And now you're actually overpaid.
Yep.
And like it's much easier now. If you want to sign up for military, go to the footer on our website. click on that military first responders link, and that'll give you all the information. How long does it take for someone to get approved?
If it's during business hours, it's pretty instant.
So 1 business day?
Yeah, if you do it in between 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., we're pretty quick. Central time. My apologies. Let me get that Central time in there. Outside of that, give us to the next business day. You know, myself and Vin answer almost every email that we answer every email that comes in. Just give us time. You know, that's the one thing I can always say is give us a little time. There's 2 of us in customer service. Just give us a little time to get through it. If you call and you don't get someone right away, I apologize. I'm mostly the only one that answers the phone. I try to help every customer I possibly can and get to in a day. So if I don't answer the first time, call back a little later on. I was probably just on the phone with another customer at the time, but I'll make sure I help you out every time.
I think that's one of the benefits of being in a, smaller to medium-sized business is you actually have people who are talking to you that really care like you do.
You would not be surprised how many times we get a phone call where customers like, I really appreciate you giving us a phone number to call. Mm-hmm. Because most of the big guys in the name now don't have that. It's AI now. I can't not count the number of AI ones, and I hang up every time I say it's an AI assistant.
Yeah. One of kind of my personal rules, and I tell a lot of people this, is if it's your first time ordering from a company or like you aren't sure like how legit they are, you get a little sketchy vibe from like, should I order this? Call them or email them. And I've done this. I'll email a company that like, this product might have some support issues. I want to make sure that they're responsive.
Yep.
That they actually answer emails. Mm-hmm. Send an email that says, hey, I'm just wondering I'm about to buy some. I'm just making sure you guys actually answer emails timely. And if they can't answer that, don't buy from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
A week later, 2 weeks later. Oh, yeah, we answer emails.
Literally, it is the easiest email to respond to saying, yes, we respond to emails. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Uh-huh. Like, there's no problem. Uh-huh. There's money about to, like, this person has literally said, I'm about to buy this. Like, their conversion factor is high as can be.
Yep.
They took the time to send an email, and, like, they are involved in this process at this time that, like, all you have to do is just respond to the email.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that's my suggestion if, like, you're ever buying from a new company that you don't really know their reputation or, like, you don't have a ton of referrals or reviews on them, shoot them an email. Call them. Mm-hmm. Like, do they actually answer phone calls? Do they respond to emails? Do they speak English?
Mm-hmm. I think we could do probably a whole podcast on the two of you guys just talking about customer service and how to do it correctly and all the things on that.
Customer service is something I've always been passionate about.
That's something that, for those of you who don't know, Charlie worked for years as a customer service person, answering phones and Kevin's been doing it for a long time as well.
Yeah,
so.
I've been doing it since I've been here, but, I have questions, like, if I run into something, like, that I've not encountered with it before, the first person I go to is Charlie every time. Mm-hmm. He is great at customer service, and I think that's what makes him great at being the marketing guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's my theory. It's not hard to make someone happy.
No, it's really not.
It's, and I tell you all the time, this is your chance to be the hero for someone. If you need to call a company because you're having a problem, you're having a bad day. I don't know anyone that is like, oh, I had this problem. I had to call the company. It was the best day I ever had because I had a problem. Mm-hmm. No one looks forward to that. That's not ideal. So a lot of the times, essentially, and a lot of people, like, you call your cable company. Mm-hmm. Nothing but a battle. You're going to repeat the same story 8 times over. So people kind of come in with their guard up, with their, like, they got their fists up ready to go because they're going to have to fight to get what they want.
Yeah.
And if someone's having a legit issue and we can take care of it, like, that's our chance to be the hero for you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's our chance to make your day better, and to not have to go through the rigmarole of, well, did you turn it off and back on? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Now you need to talk to this guy in tech support, and
let me transfer you 4 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're going to wait on the phone for 30 minutes. You have to repeat the same story 8 times, and that
was the wrong department too. You got to go to a different department.
Yeah. And that just needs to stop in the cable company.
That is not what we do here. You can come up with your fists up. I'll take the punch like a true champ, but just know I'm gonna do what makes it right. I think that's the number. Not many people know this, but our core values here is our number one core value.
Customer
CJ,
first.
What's our core value number one?
Core value number one: if something's broken, fix it.
No, it's focus on the
literally just
customer.
said it.
Oh well. you
Number
literally
one
just
is focus on the customer. We are the owner of the company, has always said since the beginning, the customer is the focus. And as you know, a small company without customers, we can't grow. So I've taken that core value to heart, and I will always do what's best for you.
CJ was thinking of our guarantee.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, so if something goes wrong, we'll fix it.
Yeah. Which also kind of bundles into that.
Yep.
I think that's
Yeah.
core value number 2, which is figure it out.
No, it's
It gets weird.
yeah, that encompasses it. But essentially, on our paperwork for our company, we have writing that says if something goes wrong, we will fix it.
Yep. That is I will truly help you. If something's not working right with your optic, your gun, any of that, I don't even care if it's not our product, but you took the time to call us to help you, I will help you fix it.
The other thing too that some people do need to realize is there are steps in troubleshooting.
Yep.
We can't just send you a new one every single time, especially when that's not going to solve the problem.
I think CJ
Oh, I'm
missed.
seeing a starburst in my red dot, like we
Yep.
talked about at the
Yep.
beginning. Oh, we'll send you a new one that doesn't fix it.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's why we do the troubleshooting step right away of can you shine your camera down it? Because if once you shine your camera down, you're going to see quickly, is it your eye or not?
Yep.
And, you might not have ever been diagnosed with astigmatism, and you don't even necessarily need to have an astigmatism for it to perceive that way. And I think another one, the quick troubleshoot, especially with the newer optics coming out, especially with all this new battery compliance laws that came out, you missed this question.
Oh yeah.
All of our optics have insulators. If they have the pre-installed battery, have insulators. There's an insulator on top and an insulator underneath.
They're clear usually
Yes.
too.
Whoever our product development manager is, he did not design that one right. But they're clear. So if your optic doesn't turn on and you're like, oh, I took the insulator out. Well, there's two. There's one on top and one on bottom. So take the battery out quick, get that other insulator out, and then try.
My brother-in-law actually called me with that a while ago. "Oh, I got one of your optics. Doesn't work. Got the battery in it. Yeah, did you take the clear disc out? No. There wasn't one. Take the battery out.
Yep.
Check it.
We were actually just
Oh, there was one.
just at the range with Josh doing a shoot, and he was like, "Dude, this optic doesn't even work." And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to take the thing out of that. My bad."
And if you
the
don't
insulator."
see it, just turn the unit upside down. Chances are it's just going to fall out and it will work.
The other thing too with battery caps, especially like the top mount ones, is if those aren't down all the way, they aren't completely snug, they'll actually block like the lower quarter of the
Yep.
emitter. So essentially, if you're losing a portion of your red dot or your emitter in the lower quarter, lower third of the window, chances are you can still give that battery compartment another quarter turn.
And yes, speaking of emitters, with our RD50 Alpha and Leos, we know about the emitter in the bottom corner. It's not a problem.
That you can slightly see it.
You can slightly see it.
To me, that's never bothered me.
I know, but that's a common question.
be
we
looking
get
at
as
your
well.
target.
There's something in the bottom of my thing. I think it's a defective optic. It's the emitter, and
it's where it's actually emitting from.
Yeah.
we can't remove it.
Yeah,
We could.
You would just
try.
have a big circle you're looking through at that
Yeah,
point.
so it's
A
there for a
non-magnified
reason.
circle.
It's not defective. Usually, once you zero it, more times than not, it's going to disappear once it's zero.
It's like the little dot on the front of your phone, for the camera.
Yep.
It's like you don't really notice
Well,
it after a while.
the other thing too is don't focus on your dot. Focus on your target.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a big help on losing that
Like
emitter.
at the end of the day, like it's super easy to focus on your dot when you don't have a target, but in real world application, you should be focused on your target when using a red dot or pretty much anything where you don't have to line up two items. You like front side focus, target focus. When that was kind of one of the benefits of red dots all over the place now in the handgun market, is there is no such thing as front side focus anymore. Everything's target focus.
Yep.
When you're using red dots. Anyway.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me, I suppose, teaching me all about the most common customer service things. You guys are two very experienced customer-focused fellows. So I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys coming to join us for the hour. So make sure to like and subscribe if you've never done that. I don't think we ever really asked for that on this channel, but definitely subscribe because we need 1,000 subscribers at least. We're almost there. And you guys, Kevin, Charlie, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.